I think one thing that we're going to have to keep track of is these two bottom lanes. In my mind, it should be easier for Hope and Kyle to get priority of the mid wave. He recalls he is half a level down on the opponent. So Jway has access to the Unstoppable Force. There's a Pantheon ult coming down for Shanks.
Yeah, the Fate Seal does hit onto 2, but Soul Unbound already coming out. It's going to be Shanks in a whole lot of trouble in the top lane. And Care is the one to secure first blood for Fun Plus Phoenix.
As a Gwen and a Yone, I'm very worried here. I think I need to see FPX move on in, muscle their way through this, and at least steal one of them.
Use a lot of their cooldowns, though, to get that kill originally onto Shanks. And so now there's no Grand Starfall to jump in. Looks like Shadow instead is focusing on doing that blue buff. So going to be a little bit late to the party. Tarzan's able to pick up all 3 on his own. And so that's a big win for Anyone's Legends. As you said, the split pushers, the side laners here for this team, going to really be happy by having those extra grubs.
As well, to kind of see them continue their level of success now. Shanks trying to fish for a summoner spell from Care.
Able to find it. Instead, the target's going to be Flandre down in the bot side. Shadow coming in with the Grand Starfall. Flandre doing a lot of damage to Needlework. Doesn't hit its full proc onto Sheer, which means that he'll be able to survive. And Shadow will jump in and finish off the kill. The last tick of the Ignite, just barely not enough.
Huge win for AL. I don't care that Flandre ended up dying. He'll TP and catch this wave. We just leashed over the dragon to Anyone's Legend.
Yeah, so the neutral objective game going very well for Anyone's Legend so far, whereas FPX have been able to find some kills, but that's not going to matter too much if you aren't able to, use that to snowball your leads even further. So we'll see what Shadow and Care are going to be able to do with that.
Oh no, our Yone? Hell, we should be looking for fights.
Speaking of fights, you should try to find a 2v1 gank on to Sheer, but Sheer's actually going a little bit aggressive here in this situation because he knows that Shadow can jump in with the Grand Starfall, but it might just be a little bit too late. Kyle joins as well, and that is the signal for FPX to abandon the play and let their top laner go down. So AL finally on the board, the kill going over to Tarzan.
Is this a full turret though? Tarzan can come into the area, they'll be able to steal Krugs. Yeah, that's the first turret going down. I mean, hell, this is what happens on a side lane. You always have to be able to match the team that has 3 grubs now, and that's that's the feat of turret taking, going over to Anyone's Legend. If they're able to grab at least another 2 kills first, I think you're fine with that. You're going to now see the Herald being started here by FPX. I don't think there's going to be much rebuttal from the side of Anyone's Legend, as they're pretty late to this play.
I'm not going to lie, Alk, you just said like the feat of turret taking or whatever. They got super lazy after the first one. Feat of Warfare, very cool name. Then it's
Epic Monster Slaying, that kind of work.
It's still kind of lame. It's just exactly what the name is here. It's Kyle might be slaying himself as there comes the bullet time opened up here by Awesome. And the Feats of Warfare, that's the good name, picked up here by FPX, and they want more than just that. They want another fight here. Flash comes forward here for Jway. 2-man pull does come out. Shanks with the flash on out. Teleport coming in is going to be Sheer trying to join the party here, as the Unbreakable Will has already been popped here by the Alistar. And FPX 5 men strong, going in onto this tier 2 turret. They should be able to take it down.
This is just wonderful play from them. They're over-forcing, making sure that they can try to brute force some of these plays.
Yeah,
for sure.
Exactly. Yeah, we're not going to have it for this dragon fight, which is the only reason why not maybe the best situation for them to use it that early. And speaking of, it does mean that Anyone's Legend actually do gain some control over this tier.
Wow.
Is in here by Flandre. So another dragon secured by AL. As the Rift Herald is popped here by FPX, Glacier Prison comes out. It only lands on a Shadow. You can block out any remaining damage that does come through. But now, it's Anyone's Legend split up a little bit here, as the Counter-Strike from Sheer does connect here on
Shanks.
to Flandre, and the Gwen is just going down. Shanks has to dash on out. It's a numbers advantage now here for Fun Plus Phoenix. They're going for the Grand Starfall. Shadow wants to make this a fight win for FPX. It's traded back. Sheer with a 3-man stun over the wall, but he's to flash right back out because he's going to be taking that tower aggro a little bit too quickly.
So well to stop both sides of the fight. Sheer just ends up stepping forward. Thank you to our observers on the LPL side. More summoner spells, and I think FPX feeling a little too cheeky. They're like, okay, we're already winning. Let's slow down the game now.
And, we keep talking about, hey, AL are the favorites here. They're the ones getting the neutral objectives, but we're seeing it in fruition in some of these fights. Obviously, there's some misexecution on some of the players for AL in these situations, but it does show that Fun Plus Phoenix are able to contest against one of these top teams here, at least in Game 1. Fun Plus Phoenix, AL still has Shanks on the bottom side. He has his teleport available if he wants to use it. Otacon is already at half HP. Tarzan going to try to find some way to get into the pit, but the fight's already been started by Shadow. Bullet time plus the knockup is going to try to lock down Kyle. The Poppy's still somehow alive and will be able to live, but Shanks, he teleports straight to his doom, and Care picks up the kill. It's a 1-for-1 as Shui fell on the other side, and the health bar is not necessarily in a great position to take this dragon on their own, because they have the semi-globals to potentially get to the top side if the Otacon is started up. But now, anyone's legends, they don't want the Otacon. They might try to find a kill onto Jue, who might be overextended a little bit. The Fate Seal finds us awesome, but it will not be enough to secure the kill. The Unbreakable Will was popped by Jue, so that is one singular cooldown utilized. As now, that might be enough for AL to turn their sights towards the Otacon.
Starfall.
Not a great setup here, as Awesome and Jue were really pushed out of things at the start of it. Keeper's Verdict knocks away Shadow, securing any possibility of Fun Plus Phoenix stealing away that Otacon.
I've been able to find too many of those kills, so I don't know how much worth they're going to be able to get out of this Thornbound Otacon.
Yeah, the added effect from the kills, the takedowns is big, but not going to happen here on the Flandra, as he's getting targeted out in a 1v3 situation. Care, with another really nice seismic shove, will set things up, and Shadow will claim his 3rd kill of the game.
Fujin power spike, so a lot of damage coming on through. AL have to be careful whenever they lose vision around any of these objectives. There's a very real possibility we see FPX start to turn.
They lock down Care with the Glacial Prison, and the Keeper's Verdict does take away the jungler for FPX. Bullet time comes out, but there's not a lot of peel that's been set up for him, and that is the first kill going over for AL. Jue is the one to drop.
Through mid, FPX did not pull the trigger fast enough. You saw this, so they're going to lose priority of mid. They're going to have to try and re-enter, and AL can just fully stop them from moving back into their side of the base. FPX need to do something.
Nicely buffered from Tarzan, using the Arctic Assault to make sure that stun does not take away too much of its escape potential. But now a teleport's going to come in. Shank's going to try to close the gap here. It's still a 4v5 opened up here for anyone's legend. Shadow with the flash on out. But now the power of the Sejuani Yone can come through. There's Kyle sending Sheer straight back with that heroic charge. So another pick found by anyone's legends. It hasn't been the full-on fight, but still have that 5v4. Without the jungler, they're going to start at the Baron.
35 seconds before Shadow is back up, and he will have Grand Starfall, but this Baron is going over to AL. Can FPX battle back?
Will there be some sort of miracle steal? Everybody on AL trapped into the pit. They send Tarzan over the wall. Jue doing a great job with the headbutt. Who's going to get the Baron? It's stolen away by Shanks. Anyone's Legend's the one to secure it. But now FPX can win out on this fight. They knock up Tarzan. Shanks is already down. Awesome picks up a triple kill. And it'll be Care to finish the job. Only Hope walks away as Fun Plus Phoenix win the fight.
For Shadow, he's picked up the Guardian Angel. I like how so far AL, they've just made these engagements onto Jue.
Pulling the trigger immediately onto the Alistar. Has not popped the Unbreakable Will just yet. They knocked up Hope, forced him to flash away the bullet time, doing so much to buy some space here for Fun Plus Phoenix. But the needlework from Flandra is doing some work as well. This Gwen's level 17. Dashes away from the seismic shove, and now Shears arrives off the TP.
Shadow!
Takes a lot of damage, but the counter strike's gonna be big. It only finds one stun, but that stun's onto Tarzan, and he's already down. Shadow with the Grand Star fall over. He pops the Guardian Angel. Flandra on the wrong side. I think that's gone golden, but he won't survive. That's Sheer picking up the kill. Shanks does not get enough with the Fate Sealed as he goes right back into the stun from the unraveled earth of Care. Fun Plus Phoenix find 4. They're gonna find a 5th. Hope on the run, but there's no more hope for anyone's legend. Sheer picks up the kill. Down the mid lane, FPX go. They're looking for the upset victory over AL.
Vision down for FPX. We have a Dragon Soul potentially on the cards in a minute's time. FPX play that fight so much better. Hope sends it on a Valkyrie, and those are summoner spells now missing from our second seed team in AL.
Carry stood no chance against the might of Sheer and Awesome, who had really good fights there. It was not enough to end the game for FPX, but they picked themselves up their second Infernal Drake. The gold lead has expanded to about 5,000.
They're going to try to pull this off. They're waiting to see a teleport come on through. You see right now that Flandra just got his team a global blue buff. They're fishing for an engage.
They don't want to fully go on him. Instead, they're going to turn their targets towards Shanks. He used the soul bound to get away. Jue already has dropped, but the health bars are so low on AL's side. Nobody has gone down. Care's going to try to cut people off with the Weaver's Wall. Sheer dash jumping forward, but does not have enough to close the gap.
Arden is already starting to get chunked down. Part of the reason when you have these solo laners is just being able to rip these massive objectives.
He's going to pop the Grand Starfall. He's going to try to get in. He's going to get there in time. No, it's still the Baron is secured here by Tarzan. Flandre's gone golden. The needlework has one more issue to be procced, but Shadow will get the kill regardless. But that's a big win for Anyone's Legends. They take advantage of the numbers that they had on their side, and they pick up the Baron and will be wearing purple for the next 3 minutes.
You're not really fighting for mid lane control in this Baron. How much more can you actually get out of this? You still want to have control for this Dragon.
Dway pops the ulti already. He's taking a lot of damage. Nicely done by Kyle to knock Care out of the fight. But Awesome does a lot of damage. Awesome is level 18. Awesome, it's a Guardian Angel. Awesome not going to be able to get that kill just yet, as he will drop and have that Guardian Angel procced. Already Dway out of the picture once again, but you see Sheer on the top side of your map, picking up the split pushing duties.
Shadow
gonna try to cancel the bases. Care comes through with the Weaver's Wall. Everybody on Anyone's Legend, the bot side is very, very low. Sheer gonna be able to at least take that inhibitor on the top side, as well as Fun plus Phoenix working their way around the map and making sure they do not lose too much.
Tarzan needs to either die or somehow make the masterful escape. He'll have the Baron, but he's not gonna be able to get out. Shadow will be here, and that's gonna be Dragon in 30 seconds.
Yeah, there's the jungler for Anyone's Legend down.
Legends top side. That's going to be the 6th Dragon of the game. We're going to have one final Dragon spawn in 5 minutes. That'll determine the soul for either of these two teams, and I can't believe it.
The back line of Fun plus Phoenix, they're already starting up the Baron. It's getting bursted down. Tarzan is so far away. No opportunity for a steal as FPX yoink it right between the arms of Anyone's Legend.
Oh, they're just going for an engage onto Hope.
They go. Hope does have the Guardian Angel. They're going to try to flank the flankers. Double knockup does land for Dway, but the Keeping Verdict will send him out. Shadow popping the E to stay alive for a little bit. We see Sheer in the back line. Already popping the GF1. Shanks is in so much trouble. He uses the face.
What is Awesome doing?
Away. Awesome going forward, but he's going to be able to survive. Fun plus Phoenix with a absolute masterclass of a team fight. Sheer buys this time. The rest of FPX come through to back him up, and down the mid lane they go once more, this time for a Game 1 win.
Who the hell cares about an Infernal Soul? FPX say, we'll just take a Baron and we'll just end up taking your base. It's an entire wave still waiting for them, and FPX make history happen again. They'll take Game 1 versus AL.
It was a back and forth one, but FPX in general had that control.
Very strong spikes on 1 and 2 items. But as this game goes forward, who is really going to be able to tank up this Ahri and Vi combo? Who is going to stop this 2v2 from kind of flipping the matchup? Starting up this Dragon, we already saw a pretty early focus from Tarzan and Shanks moving down. Shanks is now coming over. He has the Realm Warp. Tarzan's in the area, and Shadow is going to have to walk all the way back around if he wants to wrap on this play.
The Chunk connects with the Deadly Flourish, and now Awesome, it just gets bursted down before he can do anything. That's first blood picked up for AL. It'll be a 2-for-1 overall as Shadow and Karev now join the fight. Charm is flashed away from Spirit Rush away to dodge away for the rest of the DPS. And so no other kills will be thrown over, but overall, Anyone's Legends find the advantage.
You are okay with a walking, talking, dog, glizzy creature, but the moment it's purple is when is the issue.
I mean, yeah, because you're not eating. I mean, if I went to the hot dog stand.
Izzy Nefiri. I think the best part of this skin is not even just the fact that she's a hot dog, but the little like mini wiener dogs that they have. Yeah. They're so cute and kind of derpy looking. Awesome's dead. Awesome
is indeed dead. That is another kill in the Feats of Warfare picked up for AL. Well, for himself, of course, Rise, one of the few champions, still building that round of ages, and he's able to get on out of there. As an attempted dive actually might be turned on its head, as Sheer now going to be the target for all 5 members of Anyone's Legends. They send him straight right down, and they'll pick up the kill. It is a 1-for-1 as Kyle will fall. But I think overall, you're going to be happy about if you are AL. More gold into your priority.
First turret, so that's just Feat of Strength completed. That's a full turret, all 5 plates being split between Tarzan, Flandra, and Shanks. Flandra's going to teleport top. That is a hell of a lot of gold now for some of the big impact players of Anyone's Legend. They got some turret plates on top side, but they didn't contest with the first grubs again.
Anyone's Legends looking for another play here. Nice cancel with the stand aside, but Dway's still in a lot of trouble. Has to flash away over the wall. The curtain call comes out, but nicely dodged away from, but the equalizer. It sends Dway straight down. That's not Nari, that's Nico. That ends up going for the 6th kill to AL.
I don't know. AL, they're playing so well around the map now. I think that early game skirmish where Tarzan was able to steal the blue buff kind of put FPX in a bit of a tizzy, and really they haven't been able to really recover past that. And now Shadow's just caught. All right.
Yeah, not a position that you could be in at this point of the game if you are Shadow. Tarzan using the ultimate just for a little bit of style points, but they were going to get that kill regardless. Tarzan
is extremely cooked.
You've
now given over all of the early objectives.
I think it's over just because the scaling on AL is like where they are able to even do better. So I think they're going to be okay with slowing the map down even more to make sure that they're fully in position to like close out this game. Like they are playing in the second round robin. They're going to get another tower or their first tower up in the top lane. Is FPX. That's a small win for them. But the rest of the map kind of not in a great position for them overall, as the Herald will be dropped in the mid lane, and they're going to try to crack this one open as well.
Turret with Herald plus 3 grubs, that stuff. I had actually liked how FPX played the last like 2 minutes of play, where right after Shanks had gone for that Realm Warp on the top side.
Have an opportunity to get a reset, get a stack cash in for Awesome, and they're the ones starting up this Cloud Dragon. Teleport has come in. It's going to be Flandra joining the fight. He just picks up another item for himself. Kyle jumps over the wall with the Blast Cone, and here comes the fight. Dragon secured by Shadow. Call the Forge God does not find anything, as now the bullet time has been opened up. The health bars are taking low. Sheer, very, very low. The force shot going to connect onto him. Tarzan not able to take him down just yet. He gets knocked up. FunPlus Phoenix somehow still alive, but the Pop Blossom does not connect. Awesome, the lone survivor on the back line of things as anyone's legend. Shut the door and make sure FPX have no chance of winning this game. It is 4 kills already. Care on the run. Shanks flashes over the wall to try to shut him down, but
true. I mean, they have a wave pushing in mid. They're trying to corral them out of this side of the jungle. Kyle does have his ultimate, but Shanks is pushing a mid wave.
Sheer jumps forward. Lands a steering charge on it too. There's a cease and desist. Jway finds the Pop Blossom. 2 members from AL are dangerously low. Flandra trying to sword out Awesome, but right now it's Hope that keeps himself alive and is ripping apart FunPlus Phoenix as they aren't able to find any meaningful kills. Only Kyle has dropped. Awesome trying to find the kill for Flandra, but he will not be able to. The force shot comes in, and it's a quadra kill for Hope.
Oh, we gotta blame Tarzan. We're taking the Penta away. We're killing Jway like that. That's the Otacon taken. 23.5 minutes. FPX, they made a great engage, but where was Awesome? It was Flandra tanking up all of that attention from the AD carry of FPX.
Can probably just rip it on spawn after they clear out this third turn.
AL, you have FPX, you have 5 seconds. FF,
press
please.
the button.
No! All right, I'm bankrupt, guys. I mean, it's not like we were making much money from this anyway. This is a fan-made broadcast. Whoa, who's we? I know we're on the Chinese side. This is not the French. There is no we here.
Shanks actually in some trouble. Death Rush was set up for FunPlus Phoenix. Shanks goes golden, but here comes the equalizer, and here comes Tarzan, and he's seeing red in this team fight, and it's not ketchup, it's the blood of FPX. Dominating the fight once again. It's 4 more kills that go their way.
Around 3 to 4 minutes of this game, and since then, FPX have just been lost around the map. AL dominating every single lane. Flandra, I had questions for his Rumble. Well, he ends up delivering with this equalizer. Great job, and I think an amazing bounce back here in the series from anyone's legend. We said that history had repeated itself where FPX were able to find first blood. Well, that's continuing to be the case with AL dominating game number 2 of the series.
One of the larger gold leads you're going to see in a League of Legends game. 15,000 at 26 minutes. It's been all AL all the time here, as Jway looking for one last-ditch effort with the Baron buff already in their hands. The Pop Blossom finds 3, but there's just no follow-up. Shadow getting tanked up and taken down by Tarzan. Sheer in the back line, going to try to keep things alive. The Realm Warp goes underneath the tower, and AL 5 strong are going to march in to the base of FPX and even up our series at 1-1.
That's going to be it. They have got too much going for them. Another ace. It hasn't looked very good. The fact that FPX have only found 4 kills is enough to be said here. 20,000 goal lead between AL and FPX to end game 2.
Pure domination here by AL. It was a 44-minute loss in game 1, a 27-minute win for them in game number 2, and we're headed to a decider.
And AL are looking to scale, let their solo laners get their items, and then Trundle makes it that much easier for them to rip through someone like a Callisto.
Dragon's going to be started up here by anyone's legend. However, FPX are going to collapse here. Jway going to flash over the Aqua Prison, but straight into the arms of Hope. The Ignite's taken onto him. It will not be enough to take him down if the potions will save his life. Now here comes the rest of the fight for Fun plus Phoenix. Care goes between worlds. Kyle is low. Kyle will drop. The bot lane is dead. And FPX find the first 2 kills of this game 3.
So this is like, you're flashing forward. All right, brother. Nice. You're maybe just baiting them in. Shadow, we get back to picture-in-picture, and he dies over a scuttle. Care could not get into position.
Oh, here comes Sheer, though. He flashes in for the ultimatum. Care will finish it off with the weirding. And that's the Feats of Warfare secured for Fun plus Phoenix. Now it's a battle between the solo lanes. Flandre does not have that ultimate, but the Gravity Well will stun up Sheer, who no longer has that escape tool, waiting for the hookshot to come through, but a full decimating smash will come out. Already an upgraded laser as well for Shanks will mean that another kill goes back AL's way.
Match the bottom lane of anyone's legend, and that'll be the first dragon of the game going over to FPX. And I wonder if they're going to try to match this. Instead, it seems like Hope and Kyle are actually
taken up for AL. They still have Hope and Kyle on the top side, whereas right now Care is the one in the bot lane for Fun plus Phoenix. This means that they will be able to trade 1 back, so 1-1 overall. And we'll see who decides to claim this final grub. Teleport comes in from Care. Flandre has the unstoppable onslaught to try to join the fight if they need, but Tarzan is getting singled out, and Tarzan will go down to Shadow. Sheer looking to go over. Oh, what a Fate's call from Awesome and Dway. They land the ultimate onto Kyle as well. The tidal wave only to try to buy some time, but the Nami will be taken down. Sheer looking to finish this kill off. It's just one more auto. The one becomes lightning. Will not connect. The hook shot will, though. And FPX find themselves 2 more kills.
Amazing job, and they grab 2 grubs, so they get the majority of the grubs. 1 more objective, and that's the Feats of Strength going over to Fun plus Phoenix. Not any of AL's stop them from really being able to get much done in this bottom side.
Shadow playing very aggressive, going to go forward with the audacious charge, gets blocked up by the tidal wave, and now the initial engage is called off by FPX. Culling comes through, blocked by the Crescent Guard. Shadow goes right back in, looking to try to take down Kyle, and he will do so, and it should be a 1-for-1, but here comes the Renata. FPX get 2 kills onto the bottom lane once more, and they are winning this mid game really hard.
And Shadow gets so much healing done in that fight. Now even the second dragon, so Feats of Strength are going to be going over to Fun plus Phoenix.
And now they could look for another fight. Unless Flandre has something to say about it. Decimating smash is canceled by the handshake.
Aze is the best AD carry. If you're looking at the stats, it is leave. But overall, it has felt like Hope has been our best AD carry here in the league. So we'll see if they're able to perform here and kind of keep that title for themselves, as it'll be the Heralds traded here. Flandre's been doing a great job into Sheer, but not even cutting him off. Should be another turret falling, especially with those 2 grubs and another wave. Hope was able to get an entire bottom lane turret for himself, so they're trying to even up some of that gold lead, and FPX doing the same by putting that gold right into the Awesome and Dway bottom lane.
Now you can start to see a little bit of what anyone's legends are hoping to play for. Already popping the biscuits and keeping himself nice and healthy. Care getting zoned out by Shanks, who has that Rod of Ages and has a lot of HP. The Dragon's at half. Tarzan going to try to get into the pit to try to steal this one away. Dway goes forward, handshake does not connect. Tarzan going to approach, but the Ren will secure the Drake here for FPX as they get them out in Soul Point. Culling not doing enough. Anyone's Legend does not have any damage just yet. Here comes the Between Worlds from Care. Shadow dashing forward once more. The Renata not fighting much with the ulti, but here comes the Hextech ultimatum and lands on a Tarzan. But Sheer's the one who dies first. The health bars are low. Anyone's Legends have the chance to win this team fight. Tarzan running him down. Shadow forced to run away. He's going to go in but try to just buy some time for the rest of his team to escape. They do end up taking down Tarzan as Care gets the shutdown, but it's Awesome trying to take down Flandre in response. A wild, wacky fight around the Dragon Pit, but it's anyone's Legends that win it 3-for-2.
FPX get the Dragon and put themselves on Soul Point,
and
but
admirably there in the full 5v5, and they're looking for another one here as Tarzan face checking that brush. Gotta find Shadow. And here comes the rest of the team. They're going to try to lock Tarzan down. They're trying not to flash away. Pops the pillar to try to keep himself alive. But Sheer comes in on the flank and will shut the troll down. 1-0 in favor of FPX.
Is that going to be the Otacon started for them? It is so tough for Tarzan to go for Smite Steals versus his team. Not only do you have the Xin Zhao, but you have the Callista Ren. Thornbound Otacon now started for Fun plus Phoenix. They're going to have to battle into a Renata ultimate, into a now teleporting Sheer on the flank. AL are going to have to battle hard.
They have the Smite, they have the Rend. It should be almost impossible for this Otacon to get stolen away. They're going to go for Hope instead. The collapse from FPX is beautiful. And
wait, Shanks!
But here comes the follow-up. Shanks on this Victor is popping off and saving the fight for anyone's Legends. Already 2 picked up. It's that 2v3, but the solo laners from AL are very strong. Decimating Smash jumped away from by the hook shot. Shadow going in for a knockup. The Thunder Sire healing things up, but it's not going to heal enough. Shanks is still alive. The victor saving the day. Shanks the hero for AL, and Flandre to finish off the ace.
And when you need them most, AL solo laners provide the way out of this fight. 1-0-9, level 14, almost getting close to that level 16 mark for his Arcane Storm. The Thornbound Otacon is going to go over to the way of anyone's legend, and they perform admirably to be able to get them back into this game.
And now the snowball is going to start to roll, baby. Anyone's legend, 1,000 gold up. They're going to pick up the Thornbound Otacon. Looked like almost a certainty that would go towards FPX, but they went for the fight instead. Once we got to this point, use that Lucian ulti to generate mid lane priority and get yourself to those major objectives on either side of the map. This time it was the Dragon. They stopped the Soul.
To actually find much purchase in mid lane. They've been trying to use this Lucian Nami combo. There's a Scion charging down just so they can make sure that there is no chance. I want to see Sheer continue to push. I need you to hit this mid wave. You just saw 4 people in that wave. You're going to see Victor show on that lane. Step up, man. You have 2 grubs. You're playing Camille with Flash.
We could have definitely got the tower. Now we're getting in there a little bit late as Flandre is arriving. Gonna eventually take it down and back on out of there, but the mid lane very even right now, so no opportunity to go for those waves. See Care and Sheer both on flanks. That is the difference maker potentially here for FPX. But for anyone's legend, they have Flandre, they have Tarzan, they have this massive front line. It's going to be very hard to kind of break through. Hope dashing forward, trying to foul out Sheer. Culling comes out, Sheer in a desperation move, tries to flash forward, but he gets hit up by the Aqua Prison and taken down. Now he head back towards the Dragon. Oh, the Renata ultimate does a lot of damage. They're going to go towards Shank, trying to take him down. He goes golden. Around the Dragon we go, but it's going to be secured by Tarzan, and FPX are on the run. Nobody can take down this Scion. Awesome going for one last potential kill, but he will find none of it. It's a 5-for-1 picked up for AL. Way too far away. Sheer just down in the bot lane he goes, clearing out as many waves as possible, as they know they're going to be seeing those Baron empowered minions for the next 3 minutes time. Baron buff picked up here for AL. Their scaling composition has arrived.
I think his best looks, and I think repeatedly in this game, has been these tanks.
Hope might have gotten a little bit too far. Kyle gets 1 shot, and the Guardian Angel's already procced off the Lucian.
No
Tarzan
way.
goes down. How the hell did FPX find this fight? It is 4 down. Only Flandre left alive. It is a full set of towers available in the mid lane, but the death timers are so long. Can FPX do it?
40 seconds and 2 grubs. Right now, Sheer is actually losing the 1v1 versus this Scion. They have to protect these minion waves.
Scion will pick up the kill. Finally, Sheer will drop. Flandre had to head back to base. You can see the cannon minion.
20 seconds.
And 1 ranged minion still left alive. It was, remember, a full set of towers. The tier 1 was the one started up by FPX, and with the timers starting to count down
into this game, Flandre is still unkillable on the Scion, getting closer to 2,000 bonus HP from the Soul Furnace. It's going to be a turret gained. It's the last Baron here. That Baron, the gold graph at the end, is going to be so funny.
Pillar buying some space here for AL as well. Shadow's already at half HP. That is big, as he's the one with the smite. Potentially try to secure this Mountain Soul. In comes the 2-2 train. Flandre trying to lock down a Zoom, but the handshake will stop the
Can they get it?
Who's getting the Dragon? It's Soul picked up for FPX. And look at Sheer on the back line, landing that ultimatum onto Shanks, but he's not able to do enough damage just yet. Another Decimating Smash gets canceled, and Flandre has no way into the fight. FPX against his old mentor in Flandre. They have very different roles in what they need to do to give their team the victory in this series.
And Sheer from dealing damage onto Shanks and Hope.
Here comes that unstoppable onslaught from Flandre. It doesn't land onto anybody, but it has singled out Care, separated him from the rest of the team. Sheer gets bursted down to half by the culling, and the Baron's at 4,000 HP. Tarzan has nobody to get into the pin, but he stole it! Steals it away! Anyone's legends have the Baron, but will they win the fight? Guardian Angel pop here by Shadow. Awesome looking to dash it onto Hope. The Guardian Angel still has not been proc. Already kills him.
Oh no!
Falling over. Awesome is dead. FPX though, still in control, but can they take down Flandre? He's soaking up damage. He's still staying alive. He lands another Q. Some more damage onto the Xin Zhao. And still extended in the fight. It's a 2-for-2 overall. But Tarzan wins that one for AL by giving them the Baron Nashor.
Else equal with all of these summoner spells missing. I do advantage FPX.
Okay,
Although we see
Flandra
this.
running it right down mid. Oh, the pillar! It blocks out so much. That's awesome. Doing a lot. But here
Oh my God,
Jway!
Jway!
Jway just has a huge opportunity here for FPX. In goes Ashir. He uses that ultimatum onto Shanks, sends him out of the fight. Flandra trying his best to stay alive, but the Scion is no longer unkillable. Awesome picks up the kill, and Fun plus Phoenix, they turn it right back around.
I can't believe it. We still have a whole other series after this, Grapes. We've got a 42-minute banger between FPX and AL complete.
Right, on this Callista, even 43 minutes into the game.
And I think it also just makes it that much tougher when you think of the fact that FPX all that time ago, instead of 750, every little thing matters when we talk about games like these. And with an Infernal Soul, or the Infernal Drake now on their side, or sorry, the Elder Drake, I should say, it's only here for another 45 seconds. AL have to be able to hold.
Here they go. They have the Elder. They can just continue to dive in the back line. Look at Care. We're going between worlds, and that world is a 2-1 win potentially. Hope's already down. Shanks goes golden, but Flandra picks up a kill. They're still alive here.
That's
but
it.
The Elder will smite down Shanks. Only Kyle and Flandra will live. They have no chance to win this game anymore. And Fun plus Phoenix, they pull up the upset, and they're going to march into the base and win the series for the number 2 team in the LPL.
Who would have thought that head-to-head is now going to be 1-1 versus FPX and anyone's legend?
Flandra going to try to do his best. He's unkillable on this Scion, but the Nexus is not. FPX pull off the win. It is another world, though, where if you're WE, you are fully relying on Taeyun to do your late game damage.
Oh, yeah.
Not surprising. That is kind of what WE have kind of, has turned their attention to, but the next topic of conversation likely going to be the grubs in a couple. Oh, hold on.
Vampire might be trying to fish here. You see that Scion is walking on forward, just getting some early vision. The announcement will go off, so they know that Neferi is on this dragon. Right. Shy has to be very careful. I've honestly thought that so far this year, the Shy has actually calmed down some of those legendary int moments that we have known him for. I'll hold that.
On Italy, but here we go. Another fight opening up around the grubs. JJ going to be very low, and Taeyun dashes him with the killer instinct to pick up first blood for WE.
Ah!
A knockup goes on to Rookie, and the Rise is down 2-0 for the red side. He flashed to the wall. He flashed to the position he had to be to flash over the wall. Kind of not a lot of distance that was generated there. And the grubs haven't started up by WE again. Tango Barbs do land on the monkey. It's the flag and drag on out of there. So they get 2. But the third one will be secured by IG, meaning slight advantage going over to Team WE, but not the full amount of Void Mites and full control of pushing.
Yep. Oh, trying to make a play.
Hex flash in. Andre Rick, remember he doesn't have that flash because he used it in the last fight. And Taeyun will be the one to claim the Feats of Warfare. WE off to the races in game number 1.
And Gala are able to at least match their lane counterparts, and we are seeing Taeyun go for the rapid fire cannon because he can't really contest the wave clear. We're getting
Oh,
now.
Monkey! He steals away the dragon right under JJ's hands. And now Cube goes in with the unstoppable onslaught. That is a big win already here for Team WE.
Oh my God!
He sends JJ straight to his demise. Call the Forge God comes over the top as the Shy is now flashed forward. But now he's a little bit too far as well. The Pop Blossom doesn't get enough distance due to the decimating smash of Cube. WE
oh my God!
outplaying IG on every single angle. Rookie not getting that Void Rush in time as WE are ahead 6-1 after picking up the dragon.
Recently really kind of remaking himself and remodeling his gameplay. Gala's just dead.
On to Gala. He dives away from the seismic shove, but he still will go down. Taeyun getting that kill. And another good position opening up here for Team WE. Now 7-1 is Brazil v Germany here in game 1. So WE can respond to this very easily and very effectively as Monkey jumps over the wall with the Blast Cone. And now potentially opening up for a fight. Depth Charge does land. It's just on a Mako though. Just procs a little bit of damage here. Unstoppable Onslaught comes through. The Shy is one shot, but here comes the follow-up. Pop Blossom lands on a 3, and JJ finds the first kill right back on a Vampire. Taeyun dashes forward, trying to lock down Gala. Gala is going to go down as the Kai'Sa will pick up his kill and get his revenge. Monkey still alive in the Jarvan. Taeyun will flash after Mako, getting himself a double kill, and the knockup will land on the JJ all the same. A triple kill for Taeyun on the Kai'Sa, and WE win yet another fight.
Scion can get in. I'll be honest, we saw this fight before. The replay's nice, but we got a picture-in-picture.
Yeah, Weaver's Wall separating IG immensely. The Rift Herald was not taken. The Cataclysm will land on the 2. JJ and Rookie stuck here. Unstoppable onslaught.
Q!
Oh, he drifted like it's in Tokyo here. We're in Xi'an, but it's all the same. Cube landing a 3-man knockup with the ulti. And now Rookie is in some trouble. Realm Warp will send him away. And nobody actually ends up going down, but WE gained full control of the Rift Herald pit.
They're going to summon the Rift Herald. Wait, where are you going? Rift Herald! Wait, this guy's a traitor! Where are you going? Hit the turret! Wait, JJ's actually kind of goated for this. It's like he's literally mind control. There's no glizzies though. So what's Rift Herald focusing?
Just he still wants a dog. He's walking him like a dog, honestly. It's Herald now finally gonna make his way to this tower. What a weird journey that is.
Don't charge, don't you dare charge. I hate you, Rift Herald. I hate you. Now.
It's going to be Dragon picked up here for WE as well. They're dominating this game. I mean, it's very... I don't want to say it's over, but... Taeyun 6-1. The front line is really been stacking up. Monkey's been playing a phenomenal game.
Fade into bot side river. They're going to try and zone the Shy off this wave. Just hit the turret, guys. Yeah, we have 2 grubs. Kill this guy.
And now we're going in onto the Shy. The Stick Dash does come out. Monkey's proc to conquer, but here comes Mako to make sure that there's no further aggression onto the Ornn. They're not fully committing to it just yet. It seems like they want to try to force a play.
All right, the Shy's going to catch us mid-wave. He's probably going to be able to teleport into this play. The Scion ult comes through.
Yep, time for dinner here for Team WE. They go in, only landing the knockup onto the clone of the Nico, and a teleport comes in here for the Shy. Oh, the Realm Warp is canceled as Rookie will go down once again. Depth charge landing on the Mako, also will get the hit onto the Shy. A 2-for-0 setup, and it's going to be even more. Mako with the pop blossom, but there's not nearly enough damage set up for IG. Gala pops the Feather Storm, but it's too little too late. Knockup lands, Taeyun gets the kill. It's 4-for-0 for Team WE.
For their first round robin, they're going to try to hit they're on the hit list right now, taking every single team who may have wronged them in the first round robin. They're going to get themselves a Thornbound Otacon. They'll get an explosion, and they'll get even more across this map. As Graves, you're kind of thinking about it, you're like, you know, if we see IG that could finish that Rod of Ages, they have a Seraphs as well. Like, the Shy is going to eventually be, you know, that Ornn that's giving Masterwork items, but they're 10,000 gold behind right now. Just trying to solo out a Scion, that's just not going to be a real thing. They're now sieging inhibitor turrets. They get a flash out from Rookie. Even if the Shy gets Masterwork items, you're just barely putting a dent in the 10,000 gold lead that you're now exhibiting.
And it's going to continue to stack up as there's still a lot of towers left to be taken. Tier 2s in both the mid and bot, and a bunch of kills that can be picked up as well. Cataclysm takes down Mako. The knockup does come through from the Shy. JJ looking to come forward as well. Monkey going very far forward, but a really nice seismic shove from Karis will send 2 right back into them for Team IG. WE dominating once more. Only Rookie left alive. The Weaver's Wall will send him away from the inhibitor as WE are looking for the end right now.
They've got 2 grubs. They're going to take the inhibitor. They got another minion wave as well as another in 30 seconds. They're about to end at 25 minutes versus IG.
And one of the most one-sided games that we have seen in the entirety of the split so far. It will be Team WE winning this one over Invictus Gaming. Expectations from the regular season be damned because WE are about to send themselves to match point.
And that is a clean ace. 25-07 is going to be that last tick there. 5-0, your Nexus as well. Team WE, smash expectations. There's the entire Mbessa book, which I haven't finished reading, that Rel's also part of. So, a lot of through lines here, but we see Team WE, I mean, kind of taking it slow and steady.
What to do at times. It could result to him being in a little bit of trouble. Jace's going to get the push against the Mbessa early just because he has an extra range. We see him already go to the skies, burning a lot of those cooldowns, and while Cube is down to 200 HP, it could be a good situation for Monkey to try to punish.
Okay, the Shy's going to walk over. Where does he ward? He wards right in the pixel brush. I think
he takes one step
dead.
Too far
He's
forward.
Just dead.
There's the dash coming through for Cube. A lot of gaps already been closed. Pillar comes out, flashed away from him. Monkey's going to follow all the same. Press the attack proc. That's the dead to Shy. And Monkey will claim first blood for WE.
After the pillar lands, you're already dead. You have to flash before the pillar comes down. Even flashing over the pillar is kind of useless, right? Because you're still going to be slowed. I think this is a bit risky. They're just pushing the Shy off of the wave right now. And while all this is happening, IG are getting the dragon on the bottom side of the map.
It's a small win here for IG. They will get themselves that first dragon. Chemtech will go over to them. But it means that the Shy is really suffering at this point. There you go.
Yeah.
Cube digging level 6. That means that early getting a bit of a CS lead for themselves. Yeah. Currently in the lead. As some more trade between the top laners here. Cube actually taking a big chunk of damage. The grass procs, the Shy actually keeping him nice and healthy. The first grub has been secured here by the Trundle. Some reinforcements still have arrived by IG. However, Cube does have pushing power, so he'll make it a numbers advantage first here for Team WE. Scala on the way as well. Vampire buying some space. He might try to get a fight. And the crash down will get Mako away from that pillar and allow for Team WE to get a big win around the grubs.
Dude, I'm just thinking about it more, and this Trundle champion just gets more OP as I think about it, dude. Like, the crash down can get interrupted mid-air by the Trundle pillar.
And that would have been enough to probably lock him down and take him out. So nicely done by the Shy. And Monkey knows that he can go right back there. He's top Tango emote, says, all right, I'll see you in a couple minutes.
Yep, you see right now, though, the rest of IG trying to protect the Shy. He is very broke right now. Oh, this might be an engage on the Mako.
We find the Zenith Blade here from Vampire. The pillar buying so much space, buying so much slowing power. Jet going to get taken down by Monkey with the subjugate on top. Solar Flare lands onto the Shy, who does not have that flash. Feats of Warfare picked up for Team WE. Actually forced the fight around this second dragon. IG do have first move to it, though. The teleport is going to come in, so it looks like Karis and the rest of Team WE do want to make a fight out of this. And why wouldn't you want to with that Triforce unlocked here for Monkey?
Yeah. Missing out on public execution. It just came off of cooldown. Taeyun will also has his. You can see that IG are corralled. They are willing to give up this dragon from the side of WE.
But they want the fight. They want more than just that dragon. Shockwave does find two. Come out with Magnet Storm, though. IG already taking down one. Vampire and Cube out of the picture. Monkey very strong, but not popping that subjugate just yet. It's still off of cooldown. Mako with the W2 finds it in onto Monkey and will take him down. IG right back into this one. They pick up 3-0 plus the Drake.
Be a full turret with 3 grubs and a Trinity Force Trundle. Yeah, you say goodbye to this one. That's going to be feats of strength going over to Team WE quite handily.
One of my favorite things for playing Trundle is actually in the top lane because you can really one-shot these towers if you just get even a sole second of that.
Yeah, this is just free. They're going to give up at least this turret in bottom lane, so IG looking to trade at the very least. I like this idea. Oh, Vampire. This is fun, though.
Jump in between the turrets. Zenith Blade not going to connect. Public Execution will, though, on to Rookie. Shield of Daybreak stunning him up. Shockwave will find both of them. Rookie ticking low with the Ignite, taking him very into critical mass. And the Mystic Shot will find its mark. Plus the Rift Herald secured for Team WE.
All right. The Shy ended up taking that bottom lane tier 1. They summon the Herald. They even get Rookie to go down. So, all right. I don't know if I like this trade, though. I'm going to be honest. Team WE, they're going to grab themselves a dragon. The Shy's going to get another turret here. No one's going to be able to match. So a lot of gold going back, despite the Shy getting so much focus. He is up 30. He farmed a full call. And now he's going to be up like 1,300, almost 1,500 gold on his lane opponent here. So we're going to need to see the Shy really utilize and flex this gold. Just barely noticing Vampire walk into that brush. Minutes before that Rod of Ages. And Team WE almost find a magical play onto IG by almost taking down Jijit. Both of these junglers, if they fell, potentially opens up a Otacon immediately. But instead now, we look at the dragon in 30 seconds time.
Taeyun already down to 30% HP, and that's going to be a very tough situation now for Team WE. Do they want to give this dragon up? It looks like they will retreat, not wanting to risk a fight going completely awry. So that is Infernal Soul Point now for Team Invictus Gaming as they want to make sure this series evens up. They steal away, try to, of the blue buff, but Monkey wasn't sure with the smite.
Halfway down onto Otacon. Monkey is full HP, but so much fog of war here.
Gotta get in
and,
there.
I mean, Vampire's nowhere nearby.
It can't be Taeyun base checking this. Monkey can't get into the pits, and the Otacon will be secured by Invictus Gaming. But can WE chase them down and win the fight afterwards? Rookie's at half HP, setting the ball out. Bit of a lead for yourself. See right now, JJ around the Baron pit. As Monkey will show in the bottom lane. They're going to try to lock down the Shy. He does have his flash. He'll use it to try to knock away Monkey. The public execution does connect. Zenith Blade in. That is a nice kill onto the biggest carry for Invictus Gaming. And now it is Rookie in a lot of trouble. The Shockwave will find 3. Buying enough time for Gala to try to arrive, but the tier 2 tower will go down. Vampire going to fall in response as the Otacon slow will come through as well. Mako comes in with the Magnet Storm and will take down Cube. So they lose the Shy, but Invictus Gaming going to win the fight in full. Karis, the only only one left alive still for Team WE into the bottom lane, and he will go down to Gala, and IG find the fight they wanted.
Look at the death timers, 35 seconds for Monkey, 45 for Karis, and no teleport.
Started up this dragon, and Monkey is still far away. There's no blast going to get him over. IG can just burst this down. Monkey is so far away. Get into the pit, man. No, it's taken by Jeje, and Infernal Soul belongs to Invictus Gaming. Vampire goes in way too early and will drop easily. A kill and the soul go the way of IG.
I feel like Monkey, he kind of just sat there. I don't know if he had Smite up, so maybe recognizing it's a lost cause. I think he smited for the blue buff. I hope we get a replay from our observers there. Oh, Monkey!
Monkey gets caught up by the Wolves, and we left to the Wolves by Jeje, who takes him down. And Invictus Gaming have found multiple crucial picks. With the soul in hand, we'll head to the Baron and try to close out this game too.
Them around this Baron with a soul in their back pocket.
5,000 HP, no Monkey alive, so the Baron sure to go over. Cube gonna try for some desperation play. Public Execution goes on to shine and take him down with the shockwave. We'll find two, and Rookie will pick up a huge kill for Invictus Gaming. Vampire and Taeyong gonna try to save things here. Taeyong in a 1v4 will not be able to win this one. That is a full ace picked up for Invictus Gaming.
Triple kill. Taeyong tries to shift forward to get a little bit of damage. It is not worth it. Percent of his team's damage so far. Jesus Christ, Rookie. Well, they're going to catch out Monkey again. It's going from bad to worse. Hey, Monkey, you had a great early game, but that's going to be the end of the game in my mind. I mean, 31 of these blood petals for IG. And this is the IG, the highs and the lows. Last game, we got to see the lows. IG here, I think, kind of taking their time, being a little bit slow to rise, but their fights and their setups are kind of carrying them this game.
Yeah, one thing I know for sure, a much better look from them than game number one is they have themselves a 9,000 gold lead. 30 minutes into the game, they're pushing on multiple lanes right now. Inhibitor in the mid lane already down. Inhibitor in the top lane through to follow. And with these Baroned up minions pushing into the Nexus turrets, they're going to try to end the game right here, right now. Monkey has respawned. The Pillar buying some space, generating some utility, some slows in the area onto the IG players, but not a lot of damage that has been dealt to them. Remember, IG have the Infernal Soul, so they'll be able to poke them out really nicely here as Taeyong's already chunked out very low. Vampire goes in. Solar Flare will find Rookie. Here comes Public Execution as well, but Cube just doesn't do enough damage. He has to flash back to the fountain to try to live, but Gala says not today. The piercing arrow will find him, and into the fountain, our WE, the Shockwave, will send him right to a game number 3 victory. It is IG who sent us to that decider.
I like this from Team WE, just having, you have really long range with Syndra, plus having this Lucian Nami now. This on spawn, maybe there's a play here.
Cube does have the all out. Try to send JJ back to behind where, of course, Shy would want to be in a potential 2-for-1 fight. The Wave in a great position right now for IG. The Pathmaker comes out. Cube does a nice job to send that all out in towards JJ and buy enough time potentially for Cars and Monkey to arrive. Grand Starfall is here. Cube is still alive, and that's first blood picked up for Team WE, and Monkey will make it a second as the shot drops just like that.
This game, this Cassante can be a very big issue. A second game in a row now where Monkey gets the first 2 kills of the game, and now getting another set of grubs for Team WE.
Now Rookie has to be careful as well as Vampire is still here. Could try to pressure out Monkey. He does have Tibbers at his disposal. The snipe from the Comet Spear will make sure that at least 2 of those grubs are secured, and IG will pick up the 3rd.
All right, majority of the feats of Epic Monster Slayer go over, so they get at least 1 stack there. Ultimate.
Yep, and they know that without any jungler here for WE, this should be a pretty easy dive on the bot lane if they do it successfully. And Pale comes down alongside the Tibbers. Then the ultimate combo is pure as IG do get on the board with their mid jungle. Rookie gets that kill.
All right, how many more plates can they grab though? Poppy gets shoved off of this wave. They know that Monkey is in the area.
Have to get the execute. Still decently strong here in terms of his ability to fight. But now Rookie could be in some trouble once again as Cube and Monkey going to try to spot him out here. No flash on that Annie, but the stun does find 2 with the Incinerate. Intofo strikes though are pure, and that is WE picking up the feats of warfare.
Oh my god, well Monkey flashes forward and Mako says, hell man, I'll do it too, man. I'll give one up for my EDG brother right there. And ends up kind of trading his flash for nothing. The Shy trying to find something on Dakaris. may I simply add, oh, we're making it a play, okay.
Oh, nice impale from JJ as well. Vampire in a lot of trouble, does pop the tidal wave, but the wild growth goes on top of Gala to make sure that Taeyu can't finish off the kill. The culling is just too late, and JJ tanks the tower aggro to make sure it's a double kill for free.
We're seeing the first turret go down here for Team WE as a focus onto this bottom tier one.
Oh, why not just go right back to the scene of the crime? Vampire going to go down again. JJ getting tanked up here by the culling, but it's not going to be enough to take him down. Karis joining the fight, going to try to find some sort of response.
We'll see if IG can try to put a little bit of pressure here. Rookie does have ultimate, and again, changes to Annie this patch, giving a little bit more spell penetration.
Here goes Annie right in onto Taeyu, and he walks straight into his doom. The bear will shut him down. And the mid lane has been a scene of disaster for Team WE in this game number 3. IG find 4 straight kills in there.
Skipping steps, and WE trying to take shortcuts ends up blowing up in their face. It's a 500, going to be 600 gold lead now. Karis trying to hide, trying to at least get away. They're trying to prepare with maybe Monkey flying in with a Grand Starfall and Nami in the wings. Well, IG, they get second dragon of the game. It'll be first star going over to WE, so again, another game where they get feats of strength all 3 games so far. That would be the case. Karis has been, again, a player that has had some of his own weaknesses. Cube has to be careful now.
He wanted the tower, but he just doesn't have enough damage to take it down. He flashes away from the impale to stay alive. And it could have been a lot worse here for Cube, instead just burning his flash.
Tier 1. They're going to try and put vision down. I like this idea from WE, pivoting on the fly in terms of their gameplay, recognizing that, look, is at a high luxury tax in this game with how many objectives and how many skill shots are going to be flying at him.
It's going to be a very fun team fight centric end of this game. When you have players like Karis in really great positions, as you can see him going onto the Shy right here. Monkey joining the fight, the steadfast presence does block that initial jump. And I think the Shy has bought enough distance unless another scout of the week does come through. Karis is waiting for that to come out of cooldown, and he should be able to find it, but he does not connect. And the Shy will be able to live.
No turret to play for at this moment. Dragon spawning in 20 seconds. We could see WE very quickly reposition across the map with this ultimate. Rookie coming over the wall, no flash.
Oh, stun lands on a Vampire combined with the Timbers. That is just a one-shot. Nami already down.
What?
Matched by the unleashed power of Karis, and the Scout of the Week will find 2. The Shy is very tanky at the front line, but Cube looking to try to dive in on the Gala. The Shy 1v2 in on the Monkey. Keeper's verdict comes out. It sends away the Pantheon and has collapsed the fight for Invictus Gaming. Scatter will send away some more. Monkeys rejoin the fight, and the Shy will finally drop, but Gala's full HP, and Gala looking to try to kite out the rest of this team fight here for Invictus Gaming. A wild fight in the mid lane. Overall, a 3-for-2 in favor of IG.
Searching, he does have the empowered Q, but he's on vision this entire time. Monkey not going to be able to get here in time. Yeah, Syndra got a lot of her stacks during that, got 100 during that, so...
And they get a couple of kills back, right? It's not the end of the world, but with Q going down, it means that that dragon surely to be scared. We're going to fight again. Rookie, where are we going? He flashed forward and ends up going down. Now Mako has a flash on his own right here. A big pickup here for Team WE. The Otacon's available on the top side, but they're going to prioritize the mid lane tier 1 instead.
Oh, Aqua Prison does end up landing. JJ does have the ultimate, doesn't land it onto Karis.
And that means that WE can play a little bit forward. And here is the Shy lands heroic charge onto Karis. The Syndra, though, will still live. The Scout of the Week is huge. And Team WE are winning this fight in the mid lane. The Shy will go down. Nobody has fallen here for the blue side. And Team WE will continue their push mid. They're going to clear this wave out, pick up the tier 1 turret, and look to gain control around the top side of the map.
And Karis still holds his flash. That is such trust in your team and their ability to help you stay alive in this fight. He's trying to farm up more Splinters of Wrath. Oh no, Karis, no!
He flashed away from the arrow. Will be able to survive for now. Exalt Impact goes over the wall, but that means that JJ is separated from the Otacon, and Karis will still live. That flash finally coming into use here as Monkey taking up so much alongside Cube on the front line. They send an Oculus, the all out, back onto the Shy, but he's tanky enough to survive for now. Tibbers doing a lot of AoE damage as well, as that's been a new strength of this Annie, and IG will retreat back to the Otacon and slay it for themselves.
Ah, man, Monkey took way too much damage from this Otacon, so a Thornbound going over to Invictus.
Too bad, all things considered for WE, as it's only the tank that soaks up a lot of those cooldowns.
Okay, they don't know that Rookie's here. Just give up this dragon, guys. Please, we do not need to fight right now. Let Vampire get his Mikhail's Crucible. Karis has hit 120 stacks right now.
Oh.
Isn't able to grab it, but he has a mini Rabadons now in his back pocket. 15% bonus increased ability power. Needs a little bit more gold. Karis as well. Looks like he wants to try to finish what looks to be a Void Staff. Karis moving on over.
Here comes the
Good
fight.
Stun.
Oh,
no.
the enchanted crystal lands on the Karis. There's Timbers, and there's the kill onto the Syndra. Main carry for W out of the fight. Taeyun now very low as well. Gonna get jumped on by the Shy, but Cube will take down Rookie in response. A 2-for-1 overall as Monkey has dropped, and the Blast Cone will save the rest of the tanks here for Team WE.
Baron now, it'll be in correct timer. The timer will last up until the dragon spawning. Taeyun and team are trying to see if they can fish for anything, maybe see if they'll stay in the pit.
Very strong Ash at this point of the game, and Mako's going to make sure that he does not go down either. He has Mikhail's as well.
Let's see, I mean, Taeyun finishing what looks to be an Infinity Edge. If both him and Karis can hit their 3rd and 4th items, we'll have access to his flash this time around, so again, that summoner spell at a very large premium here in this game, and still not finishing that Void Staff.
Walker's in, and the tidal wave lands on the JJ, only at half HP. Monkey going for Gala. They're going, and Gala is down. The Shy gets hit up here by the Scout of the Week as well. Mako the next target. WE have found the fight they were looking for off the back of Monkey, and it'll be a 2-for-0 in favor of the blue side.
Oh, right, but look at what is on the map. How much can WE actually get? There's no minion wave in time. They're going to try to cut this top lane wave, or bottom lane wave, a little bit high. Have this flash on the Syndra. That is an open play for Invictus to repeat in the next few moments. We need to see WE blow up the base.
Try to push. They're gonna keep going here. Impale lands on it too. Vampire and Cube are gonna be targeted here, but Taeyun between the turrets, gonna try to take down Mako. Monkey stunned under the wall. Going to try to go in on a Rookie. It will be a trade 1-for-1 as Monkey goes down in favor of the Annie. But now Gala has respawned. This Annie is so powerful. Cube going with the Pathmaker to take himself on up here. Can Gala complete the chase? 10 seconds. And they will not be able to contest this one. It will not be a flip into their favor, as IG should be able to pick themselves up the Cloud Soul unless they take down JJ first. Keeper's Verdict finds 2, and the Shy's gonna hunt down Taeyun. That's gonna be the Soul, and it might be more. Rookie teleports in at the perfect opportunity and will win the team fight for Invictus Gaming.
Taeyun falls again. WE overplaying themselves. You don't need to go that far under the turret. Loses that summoner spell, and it'll be another turret here for Invictus Gaming. Karis now has no flash, and with Gala's ultimate coming back up, they can maybe look for another dive on this bottom lane inhibitor. They're trying to make a play onto Karis.
He doesn't have that flash.
No!
The kill's used too early. Karis is down. Gala gets the kill, and that could be the game, and that could be the series. They're pushing down the bot lane. No Baron buff in hand, but another wave crashing forward. It's now Taeyun about to respawn. Cube's back up in 5. It'll be a 5v4 momentarily, but will that be enough here for Team WE? Oh, the steadfast presence in locks down Monkey. They're targeting the Pantheon. The main carry, the main playmaker here for WE is down for the count. Rookie and Gala still alive. Cube trying his best in a 1v4. He gets blocked up again by the Shy, who's having an incredible game on this Poppy. Taeyun is still alive. He pops the culling. Gonna force the flash out of Gala. Keeper's Verdict going to be issued, but canceled here by the Shy. Mana is low from Rookie. It's going to be very tough for them to try to close this game out with the health bar so low, and so back away they will go.
Okay, Karis is up in 8, and somehow WE do not lose the game right there.
On the back line, Taeyun and Karis very vulnerable here. They're going to get spotted here by the control wards. The Rookie now is spotted. And now the target is Cube in a 1v3. He used the path.
They got JJ.
JJ's dead. Karis assassinates him with the unleashed power. And now they're looking for the Shy. Monkey continuing to try to chase him down, forcing the blast cone away.
Again, Taeyun has cleanse and the QSS coming up.
It's completely blind. They've already stunned
right.
Cube. Baron's at 6,000 HP. Monkey gonna try to get into the pit, trying to make it a flip. JJ does have his smite. The Scatter of the Week does land. Oh, the Keeper's Verdict knocks away one, and the Shy is gonna send Cube in with a heroic charge. That's Baron picked up for IG. Will they win the fight though? It's Monkey jumping in, only onto JJ though. Taeyun finally re-arriving to the fight. The Shy gets hit by the Aqua Prison. Not a lot of damage from IG just yet, but the health bars are starting to erupt. Karis flashes over the wall. Taeyun in some trouble. Tibbers comes down, but the Lucian will survive. Invictus Gaming will pick up the Baron, but they will not get a single kill until Monkey dashes in with the Grand Starfall. Gets hit up by
They may have
the
found Rookie!
They're looking for Rookie. The Grand entrance is big. But the Wild Growth has come through. Monkey's going to get taken down. And IG have the numbers advantage. Cube will drop as well. This could be the series. A lot going on to JJ, but it's only to buy the inevitable time that will not be available for Team WE. Teleport in for Rookie. They're looking for the game right now. They find a big charge in from the Shy. And now it's Taeyun, Vampire, and Karis trying to save the game.
They've got a Baron, and this should be the end. WE cannot regenerate in time. It is Karis, Taeyun, and Vampire to watch their base fall.
Gall has full HP. There's no chance this is going to happen. And Team WE are done. Invictus Gaming says screw your upsets, screw your Cinderella stories. We're still the champs, and we're still going to win this series.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.